Okay. Let's see if notifications go out. I see 6 people. I hope and pray that we don't have tech issues tonight because we got a lot to cover. Whew. If anybody has the trailer for next week, please send it to me. I did see the end credit trailer. I did see the end credit promo. Folks, Karen is having twins. It's on Twitter. Hold on. Let me see. Bear with me, folks. Somebody just said that the trailer for next week is on Twitter. Okay, Sistas. Here we go. Waiting. Look. The 30-second trailer was all right, but no, the end credit promo where Dr. Moore is looking at the screen and she's turning it around and we see two babies in there. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, folks. This is it. This is when you need to zone in, focus, lock in. We got to keep seeing what's going on. Now, keep in mind, just because we see twins on the screen, I don't know what that means. If it's the theory we've all been having since season 3, well, technically 4. Oh, she got knocked up by Aaron and Zach. But yeah, Karen was extremely out of line for calling Fatima out of her name. And notice that this punk calls her the B word when she's already at her car. Why didn't you say that when you were at the door? Huh? Why don't you say that when she was at the door? No, you want to say that because you could drive off. Where's the proof having twins? I don't have a screenshot on me. Folks, if you watch the episode live and you saw the end credit promo, where the end credits roll, we see the screen. Can it be a big tumor? Man, shoot. Oh, man, that was crazy. Yeah, Karen was way out of pocket. It's funny because Danny was like, "Where are you going?" And I tweeted out to go start some crap. Technically, that's not what I said on Twitter, but the demonetization, I don't want it to happen on this video. But it was twins. Yeah, I saw the 2 sacks. Could it be 2 folks? I have no idea. I don't know who the father or fathers are. All I know is on that screen, it was 2 babies. Okay, let's talk about the episode. Okay. Oh, my bad. Happy Valentine's Day. Ain't nothing going on over here. I'm single. Make sure you thumbs up the video to show you like it. And let's talk about Karen. I mean, I'm no expert on x-rays or babies, but unless there's a tumor that looks exactly like a embryo or a fetus or whatever you call an unborn child, folks, it's twins. Okay. It's twins. All right. So let's talk about, I'm sorry, but Fatima is absolutely right. She is absolutely right. Now, on the one hand, I understand people like, what, Fatima isn't Zach's wife, so she needs to stay in her lane. But the thing is, Zach has had so much craziness with the baby mama drama. It's just one of those things where it's reasonable why she feels she needs to show up. Not to mention all the crap, the stunts, the lies, and everything that Karen has pulled. I'm with Fatima on wanting to show up. In the promo, we just see Karen and Zach sitting on a bench. in the hallway of the hospital waiting room. But I think that Fatima should pop up. Now, I was thinking to myself, imagine if, let's say, Karen knows that Fatima would show up and then tries to get, like, security or a doctor to say, oh, you can't come back there, or you can't be here for this. And then she pulls up with Madam, or she doesn't even need Madam. All Fatima needs to do is make a phone call, then hand it to like the doctor or somebody. Madam's on the other end of the phone. And then it's like, Miss Mott, we apologize, but Miss Wilson here, she has to stay there. So that would have been tight. I hope Fatima does show up. I hope Fatima does show up, because you know how Zach is. I bet as soon as he hears the word twins, he's going to be like, but what about the DNA test, man? Okay. All right. So let's get back. Let's reel it in. Let's reel it in. Let's talk about the episode itself. Okay. First of all, I knew Karen was losing money, but I didn't know she was off down this bad. First of all, she didn't get approved for the loan. No, we're going to get to Zach, because Zach, I loved him in this episode supporting Fatima at the law school. We'll get to that, but let's just talk about the Karen stuff first. So, looking at the notes here, she's spent tens of thousands of dollars on salon equipment. She lost one of her stylists last week. Karma, yep. She's talking about Pam slacking on social media. Now, I'm sorry, but it doesn't make sense to me. If nothing else, Pam's social media and whatnot seems to have been a benefit to the salon. Yeah, the whole Pam spending money on her product stuff made no sense last week, but her bringing in her own money through the product was great. I get that time is moving a bit quickly, but it feels like each episode we pick up where we left off, and it seems like we move into the next day. But it seems like we just rush ahead like a week, because Fatima said, oh, I heard my name, and she almost woke up Michael. So Zach and Fatima have Michael now, custody at their house. Andi said it would take a few days to get things straightened out, but they have custody. So it looks like we jumped ahead several days for some reason. But yeah, Karen is just failing. This goes back to what her mom said about what if business doesn't pick up. She told her mom that we're getting new clients every day, and yet now business is slowed down. There's barely any customers coming in. Granted, I get it. When women get their hair done, it generally lasts for like a week or two. So she just opened up the shop. It's not going to be busting with customers every single day. It's just weird. I don't know. I get what they're trying to do, but it's like one episode Karen seems to be on the up and up, but then the next episode she's like down in a pit without no way to escape. It's weird. Yeah, like Pam slacking off. What do you mean Pam slacking off? I mean, her worst offense was using company money for her own product. But her slacking off, did you not see the line of people brought in? Well, to be fair, most of those people were probably there for the product as opposed to the hair, but I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. Okay, so let's talk about Andi, because I'm feeling some kind of way about Andi this episode. And KJ even retweeted one of my tweets talking about how, yeah, it's sad that the misdoings of one man ruins it for the next man. Now, I get it. The allegations are very, very, very bad, but it just I wonder why the other ultrasound did not show the two embryos. I don't know. Remember, these are new writers, so we can't be sure if Tyler originally wrote it where it would be twins, or if the new writers created the story that it would be twins. I know Pam is working more than she ever had. Thank you. Yeah, and I'm thinking to myself, Andi is putting Jordan through the ringer. She's avoiding his calls. Yeah, well, actually, let's move back just a bit. Let's go back just a bit. So she was telling Fatima she spent the night at Jordan's. She left her phone there, but didn't go back to get it because Jordan wanted to have a conversation about love. So let me just say this. I do appreciate the writing because last week a lot of us were wondering, wait a minute, why did Andi rush Jordan? Because Jordan wanted to have a conversation about love. So let me just say this. I do appreciate the writing because last week a lot of us were wondering, wait a minute, why did Andi rush Jordan off the phone without saying I love you? Because Jordan said I love you, but Andy's like, I gotta go. It's like what Hayden said got to her because originally she was going to dinner with Jordan, but Hayden's like, well, hey, you go stand beside your man on the stage. I got work to do here. So it's like, oh no, Andi stopped the dinner so she can focus on her work. But then her rushing off the phone felt weird, but now we know why. She hasn't said I love you yet, which is kind of funny because she says they've been dating for 4 months. And during the 6-month affair she had with Gary, pretty certain that she fell in love and said I love you probably days, if not weeks, into their affair. That's true. How are the police believing Jordan without any proof? I don't know. Yeah, I'll get to Danny because she pissed me off, but then she came back around and I'm like, oh snap, that therapy is working. But yeah, Andi's like, she's willing to throw away this entire relationship over some allegations. Like, it's one thing because this is a very bad look. This is a very bad look. And I agree, she's worried more about her own career than Jordan's, where Gary has, okay, she had an affair with Gary. His ex-wife, who was supposed to be her client, was going to sue the law firm, which caused her to be suspended from her job. Then the feds got involved and took all of her assets when they arrested Gary. Then from there, um, he bruised her ribs. He bruised her ribs. And I want to stop right. That's 5 big things. I want to stop right there. Think all the other various things that Gary has done to Andi to ruin her life, her professional career. And remember when Jasmine was pissed off, even though this was off screen, she kept would post flyers around town, calling her out of her name and putting up her phone number and whatnot. Jasmine has done more damage to Andi's reputation at work and around Atlanta than Gary did. What her man's going through, Andi is trash. She is. She is. I get it though. Maybe she's being cautious about saying I love you after the whole Gary thing, but it's just one of those things where it's the good man who comes up after the scumbag that the woman spent most of her time with, and now he has to play therapist to her to get over it. Yeah, Andi's concerned about being embarrassed at work now, only because she's up for partner. That's it. And I'm still wondering how the heck she's eligible for it. Then we got to talk about Mr. Steal Your Girl, Gary, over here trying to seduce Tamara, which it just raises a lot of questions. Is he really into her? Why is he trying to usurp Hayden? Is this his way of, proving to Hayden that Tamara is not wife material? I have no idea. I have no idea. But yeah, the worst part about Andi is that she isn't even giving Jordan the benefit of the doubt. Can you believe even that she isn't even giving Jordan the benefit of the doubt? Can you believe even Karen said, why don't you hear him out? You're just jumping to a conclusion. I mean, she's literally just sitting at her desk. I'm going to go break up with Jordan. You know what? Just forget it. Just forget it. Just forget it. There's nothing that could really be said. Andi is trash. Like, on the one hand, again, these allegations are bad, but the fact that you're willing to just throw the baby out with the bathwater before you even hear what he has to say is ridiculous. It really is. But Danni got on my nerves because she was okay. She's selfish because Tony said, okay, yeah, Tamara was looking fine, but I wasn't feeling her because I'm like, you really doing Hayden like that, huh? Gary has so much riz. Just one kiss with some tongue, and she's automatically thinking about him whenever she's with Hayden. That is awful. That is awful. Um, Danny was looking pretty bad. Tony's ex-wife is in the military and she got called for active duty. Tony had to step for active duty. Tony had to step up and take his kids. You know what? Danny's reaction to everything, and look, she does redeem herself later in the episode, okay? She did redeem herself, but in that moment at her station at the airport, she reminded me of Melanie during season 2 and 3 of the game when Janae was pregnant, and she was trying to make things about her when it's like, yo, Derwin has to worry about his kid. Not everything is about you. But thankfully, she did redeem herself after pulling up Fatima and talking about how she had time to process things and whatnot. And the reason she really blew up is due to the fact that her first impression with the kids was pretty bad, which I love. Now I'm thinking to myself, Danny was doing a better job at being Fatima than Fatima, because how many times? Yeah, that is a very good point. Tamara's going to wind up saying Gary's name. Basically, Fatima, how many seasons did we had to endure Fatima blowing up at Zach, talking about she needed to process? She never came back around to apologize. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe I misheard, but I don't. But Danny actually apologized to Tony. But what she did do was she went to Tony. She talked it out. Here's why I blew up the way I did. Your kid's first impression of me was me being half naked and everything with their daddy. But then she talked about how, look, I want to be here to support you and everything. I love that. I love that. But she did okay, I didn't know if she said I'm sorry. I was multitasking during the episode, writing the notes and tweeting. But I really did love how Danny came back around to make things right. Really, I did. Yeah, it was that first impression, and she did redeem herself. Okay, let me. And Paige is kind of weird. I mean, why are you micromanaging Sabrina, despite the fact that the last time you micromanaged Sabrina, despite the fact that the last time you micromanaged her, you were wrong. You gave a customer wrong information about $500,000, and Sabrina had to go back and correct your mistake. So for Paige to still try to micromanage Sabrina was weird. Okay, she did apologize. Okay, good. I'll rewatch the scene. He had time to talk to Danny. I mean, I'm no, I'm sorry. It's just no. Hey. In this show, things work different. Remember season 5 when Miss Lisa came back for the whole letter reading crap, and she was going to stay with Karen for a while? She was standing at the salon. She got a phone call talking about how they called her back to work, and she left right on the spot. So in this show, when it comes to the military, they'll just call you and you got to leave. There you go. I see what you're saying. You get time and whatnot, but I'm going to give the writing the consistency of, when they get called, they just go. I mean, Tony was rightfully in his feelings because he was trying to explain to Danny about the situation, yet Danny was being Danny. It's like, look, you can handle it. If not, leave. So what? Paige is a hater. I know. I love the fact that I really wish we could have seen Karen interact with Paige, because she did say that chipper white lady out there. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, Karen, no wonder Karen gets along with a Karen. Paige doesn't know how to manage money. Oh, yeah. Also, can we talk about how, what's his name? Grayson. He just walked into the apartment like that. But then again, Maurice left the door open, but that doesn't mean a stranger should just walk in like that. I mean, technically he's not a stranger, but a stranger could have walked in. So because he overheard Maurice with a client, he decided to cancel their date. Oh, that is a good point. What will Rich and Tony do? Will they support Jordan? Will they believe him? I really hope we explore that angle. I really hope we explore that angle. Do you think Grayson is suspicious? We've only seen him twice, so I really don't have much of an impression on him aside from the fact that because he overheard Maurice talking with a client, he automatically assumes, I must be wasting my time with this guy. I'm going to leave. Fatima needs to drop Zach because I'm sick of him allowing Karen to disrespect Fatima for no reason. Yeah, I know that's not going to set well with a lot of people for her calling her out of her name. So, yikes. It's a Tyler Perry classic. Characters walking into other people's houses or apartments without knocking. It's weird. Okay, let me check the notes real quick. We're covering a lot of ground here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, Zach supporting his woman. I loved it. Dictation. The fact that he showed up with flowers, first of all, I hope those weren't the same flowers, the same flowers he brought to Karen's grand opening. Let's just start with that. He framed her acceptance letter. I thought that was beautiful. He framed it. Not only that, hey, we'll figure it out. I want to be here with you every step of the way. Yeah, it'll take a lot of time, but guess what? We're going to get there. I know at first I'm like, I thought, oh, he's yelling for his lady, but then I'm like, oh yeah, he's walking through the firm yelling, where my baby at? Where my baby at? So, man, the best clap back for the B word is Zach, you're not the father. Yeah, Sabrina, I loved it. Sabrina got that chocolate skin, so I thought it was like a, inverse Oreo. You got the white creamy soup, and then just the dark chocolate. Oh, good stuff. Yeah, Fatima and Sabrina are rocking the white suits. I said that in my video about Andi if she was going to stand by Jordan when he needs him the most. Penelope's going to believe her brother. But then if Andi doesn't, could that cause friction between those two working together against Gary? Yeah, yeah. Even though it was a comedic scene, I just love the fact that out of nowhere, Andy's like, I'm leaving. I'm going to break up with Jordan. Zach wanted to get it on right then and there. Come on now. Zach was thoughtful in making her feel special. And this was one of the first moments of the season where Zach truly took a moment from all of his drama to say, hey, baby, I want to celebrate you. So I feel like Zach was definitely, this was one of his best episodes of the season. Just because Fatima slapped the flowers out of his hands doesn't mean they couldn't be the same flowers. Same flowers. Karen didn't get the loan. Nope. I'm glad that Zach is going, oh, yeah, rooting for Fatima. Can we point out that Karen popped up at their house again and then knocking like the police? I mean, he said he was coming after the first knock. Why are you doing that again? Look, I ain't going to lie. I thought Zach was going to falter because when she mentioned, well, they just need your saliva, but they need to poke a needle inside of me, inside the embryo and all. And the way Zach was all concerned, oh, I didn't know all that. I thought that he was going to say, well, we don't have to do this. Honestly, though, so long as they don't interfere with each other's lives until the babies are born, they could do a DNA test then. But the fact that there's just way too much friction and crap that, yeah, they need to settle this now. You think Karen will give one twin to Sabrina? That, oh, wow. I love that theory. Do you think Karen would give one of the babies to Sabrina? That would actually be amazing to Sabrina. That would actually be amazing. That would actually be amazing because Karen can't afford to take care of one baby right now, let alone two. Sabrina did say that she needs to get this promotion at work in order to take care of a baby. And we know that the process of the eggs and embryo stuff, that's going to be expensive. So it would actually kind of work out. Who's paying Karen's medical bills? I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, though, she's literally digging herself into a hole. She should have either just gotten her old shot repaired or just decided to sit back until after having the baby and then rebuilding her business from there, because she picked the worst time to try to get the salon up and running again. Gary paid off a policeman, so that could explain why those other policemen believe Jordan. Karen can't afford to take care of Karen at this point. Nope. Karen will just be looking for more child support. Sadly, that's going to be the case. Hopefully, I don't really know how that works. If they do a DNA test, can they do it on twins while they're still inside? I mean, would it give having twins, could that somehow corrupt the DNA test results? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I know how Zach tried to mention the clothes and whatnot, but that I was like, Zach, that was like 3 months ago. That was 3 months ago. Do you think Karen will ask Andi for more money, or Zach? I do like that Sabrina offered the check to Karen, but I'm even more impressed that Karen opted to say no. That money was a gift from Andi to you. I did like that. Was one of the few moments where we saw a one-on-one between Karen and Sabrina. I don't think we've seen anything like that since Sabrina got her hair done by Karen for her date. Sabrina and Karen, but I did like it. What property tax is Karen paying for folks? Your guess is as good as mine. She was rattling off so many expenses. I'm like, where did this come from, though? I thought this was taken care of. So I'm really wondering, Brian must have screwed this woman over so bad, because none of this is adding up. The math ain't mathing. Karen in her place, he will still be in the wrong to the people who support Karen. Rebecca, that's something that I've just been seeing over the past several weeks. It doesn't matter what opinion I have, I piss off somebody. When I call out Zach for being wrong, because people hate Karen, they're mad at me for calling out Zach. When I call out Karen about something, I don't know. No idea about Zatima season 3. You can't do a test on twins in the womb. I don't know. No idea about Zatima season 3. You can't do a test on twins in the womb. You have to test them individually after they're born. Honestly, I wouldn't mind that, because for me, I think it would just lead to so many complications. So I'd say wait, but they need to really get things straight with like Karen popping up, the disrespect. They need to put a stop to that. It does suck though, because now it's like I don't blame Fatima for not wanting to get married until after the tests are done. So there's that aspect of it. But yeah, I don't think it will be a good move to try to test on the twins. I feel like that'll just be too much. Yeah, I think somebody earlier in the live said that perhaps like her first ultrasound or whatnot, maybe one fetus was hiding behind another. I don't know. Like I said, maybe at the time Tyler didn't think it would be twins, or maybe Tyler was going to have it be one baby, but the new writers opted to have twins. I have no idea. Hopefully, if the writers do a live Twitter Spaces, somebody can. Karen, or I mean, Fatima already said like that pregnancy the only reason you saved. So yeah. Oh yeah. Um, a lot of people have said if you notice Dr. Moore when she's looking at the screen, it's more so a face of concern and shock rather than a, oh, hey, you're having twins. So I don't know if that face is like, Miss Mott, I don't know how to tell you this, but you're actually having twins. And remember, we know Karen is going to be like she's going to fall back in the hospital bed. So I'm thinking that the doctor, it isn't like a health concern. She's like, you actually have two babies in there. The writer just said the twin thing wasn't their idea. Hey, thank you. Let me jot that down so when I do my video, I know. Thank you, Sharonda Childs. Zach needs to man up and handle Karen. She's going to pop up until he stands like a man. Yeah, hopefully. But then again, we do know that the synopsis for episode 9, Zach is going to be happy with the news. Fatima is not. So yikes. Oh yeah. While I'm going to browse through my notes to make sure we cover everything. But did anybody do anything special for Valentine's Day, or are you waiting for tomorrow, the 15th, when everything is marked down? I don't blame you if you do. You got to be smart. Look, I mean, grocery trips now on average are like $200. So if you want to do something special with your boo when things are 50% off or 75% off, no shame. Okay, like I said, let me check my notes real quick. I just want to make sure. Oh yeah, we could talk about the Oval too. Nancy's an idiot. Yeah, we talked about the whole episode. I still feel that Zach was disrespectful for showing up the way he did at the salon, and nothing's going to change my mind. The Oval, I gave that a 7 out of 10. I think this episode did a great deal with connecting the story of Ruthless to the Oval. So there, I gave my crush roses. Nope, not even a flake flower. um that doesn't use Karen's disrespectful nature, but I can definitely see for myself a bag of Dove. I posted on Twitter this morning of Dove chocolate, like the little dark chocolate things. I ate like a few of those, and that was it. It's all good. I'm just focused on getting the house thing. Oh yeah, I posted it on Twitter as well, but all the land is clear. The land is clear. Now my dad's talking about, getting stumps removed, but that's probably going to cost like $800, which sucks. To get some stumps removed. He wants the yard to look nice. Fair enough. Better bite the bullet now. But $800 for some damn stumps. Sheesh. In February has been a slow month on YouTube in terms of ad revenue, but my eBay, I did list on eBay. I got like 300 items listed, so I'm going to be working on that. Yeah, they'll come out soon to put the footers down, which is the foundation for the house. So things are moving along. Yes, Cindy, you got the right idea. Cozy up on the couch and watch another show. I don't know. The whole synopsis stuff. I got to go back and read them. I love the fact that she can't. Honestly, part of me feels like Fatima staying with Karen. Staying with Zach to spite Karen, kind of, sort of, kind of like Marcy on If Loving You Is Wrong, when Brad wanted to move the relationship forward. Marcy would always pull back, but whenever Randall got in her face about it, she would flaunt Brad's affection crap. $800 is nothing. Our kind of entertainment. Got it. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I got it, but it's like, eh. Yeah, we didn't see an episode synopsis yet. They must be hiding those episodes 10 and 11. They should have been out. Pulling the stumps plus grot. Oh man, yeah, and the lawn, like the people who had the land before it was a junkyard. They did not take care of anything. So grass needs to, yeah, I can't officially move in until